Hello, my beautiful friend. I want you to know that right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. If you're watching this today, it's because something deep within your heart is calling you toward a different relationship with money and abundance. That calling is your inner wisdom speaking to you, and I honor you for listening to it. I know that many of you might be feeling frustrated right now. Perhaps you've been working so hard, trying so many different things, and yet somehow abundance still feels just out of reach. You might be looking at your bank account and feeling that familiar knot in your stomach. Or maybe you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, wondering when things will finally shift for you. Some of you might even feel ashamed about wanting more money, as if desiring financial freedom somehow makes you greedy or materialistic. Let me tell you something, with all the love in my heart. Your desire for abundance is completely natural and beautiful. You were born to thrive, not just survive. The universe is infinitely abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone, including you. You don't have to apologize for wanting financial security, for dreaming of travel, for wanting to provide for your family, or for simply wanting the peace of mind that comes with knowing your bills are paid and your future is secure. I understand these feelings because I've been exactly where you are. There was a time in my life when I believed that money was scarce, that I had to struggle for every penny, and that somehow suffering financially made me more spiritual or worthy. I carried around so much guilt and shame about money. I thought that good people shouldn't want wealth, that money would corrupt me, or that I simply wasn't the kind of person who could have abundance. But what I discovered changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you too. The truth is that our relationship with money is really our relationship with ourselves. When we feel unworthy of abundance, it's because somewhere along the way, we learn to feel unworthy, period. When we struggle with money, we're usually struggling with deeper beliefs about our value, our capabilities, and what we deserve in life. Today, I want to share with you a simple practice that has transformed not just my own life, but the lives of thousands of people around the world. This isn't about getting rich quick or manipulating the universe to give you what you want. This is about aligning yourself with the natural flow of abundance that is your birthright. This is about healing the wounds that keep you separated from your good and opening yourself to receive the blessings that are already waiting for you. The practice I'm going to share with you is so simple that your mind might try to dismiss it. It involves writing just one powerful statement 10 times a day. That's it. No complicated rituals, no expensive courses, no need to change your entire life overnight. Just you, a pen, some paper, and a willingness to show up for yourself every single day with love and consistency. But before we get to that magical practice, we need to understand why it works. We need to look at the beliefs you're currently carrying about money, and we need to understand how your thoughts about abundance are affecting every cell in your body. Because you see, abundance isn't just about having more money in your bank account. True abundance is a way of being, a way of thinking, a way of moving through the world with trust and openness. Your journey to financial freedom begins not with changing your circumstances, but with changing your inner landscape. When you transform your relationship with money from the inside out, everything in your external world begins to shift. Opportunities appear, ideas flow, people want to help you, and money starts moving toward you in ways that might surprise and delight you. So let's begin this beautiful journey together. Let's start by getting honest about where you are right now and how you got here. Because once you understand your money story, you can begin to rewrite it with love, compassion, and infinite possibility. The beliefs we carry about money don't just appear out of nowhere. They were planted in our minds when we were very young, when we were like little sponges absorbing everything we heard and saw around us. Think about the home you grew up in. What were the conversations around the dinner table when money came up? Was money discussed openly and positively, or did the adults lower their voices and look worried when bills arrived in the mail? Maybe you heard phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "We can't afford that," or "Rich people are greedy," or "Money is the root of all evil." Perhaps you watched your parents argue about finances, or you noticed how stressed they became at certain times of the month. Maybe there was a moment when your family faced financial hardship and you felt the fear and uncertainty that surrounded money. As children, we don't have the ability to analyze these experiences objectively. We simply absorb them as truth. If we saw our parents struggle with money, we might have unconsciously decided that struggling with money is just what adults do. If we heard that money causes problems, we might have decided that having money means having problems. If we watch someone work extremely hard for very little money, we might have concluded that earning money requires suffering. These early impressions become the foundation of our money story, and we carry them with us into adulthood without even realizing it. We might find ourselves sabotaging financial opportunities because deep down, we believe we don't deserve them. We might work incredibly hard, but somehow never seem to get ahead because we're unconsciously proving that making money has to be difficult. We might push money away because we're afraid of becoming someone we were taught to judge. One of the most damaging beliefs many of us carry is that our self-worth is tied to our financial worth. We look at our bank account and use it as evidence of our value as human beings. When we have money, we feel good about ourselves. When we don't have money, we feel like failures. This creates an exhausting cycle where our self-esteem rises and falls with our financial circumstances. But here's what I want you to understand with every fiber of your being. Your worth as a human being has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you have. You were born worthy. You were worthy when you took your first breath, and you'll be worthy when you take your last. Your worthiness is not something you earn or achieve or prove. It simply is. When you truly understand this, when you feel it in your bones, something magical happens. You stop approaching money from a place of desperation or neediness. You stop trying to prove your worth through financial success. Instead, you begin to attract money from a place of wholeness and self-love. You start making financial decisions based on what feels good and right for you, rather than what you think you should do to be worthy of abundance. Another common pattern in our money stories is the belief that there isn't enough to go around. This scarcity thinking makes us hold on to money too tightly, or it makes us feel guilty when we have more than others. We might find ourselves competing with friends or family members, feeling threatened by their success, or believing that someone else's abundance somehow diminishes our own opportunities. But scarcity is an illusion. Look around you right now. Look at the air you're breathing. There's enough for everyone. Look at the sunlight streaming through your window. The sun doesn't ration its light. Consider the grass and flowers and trees. Nature doesn't hold back its beauty because it's worried there won't be enough to go around. The universe operates on principles of abundance, not scarcity. When we align our thinking with these natural principles, we begin to experience abundance in our own lives. We stop seeing other people's success as a threat and start seeing it as inspiration and proof of what's possible. We begin to trust that there are infinite opportunities for everyone, including us. We start to relax and open up, and this relaxation allows good to flow to us more easily. Sometimes our money story includes beliefs about what kind of people deserve wealth. Maybe we were taught that only certain types of people who are smarter, more educated, more connected, or more talented, get to have financial abundance, Or maybe we learned that money comes only through hard work and sacrifice, that easy money is somehow wrong or undeserved. These beliefs create internal conflict because part of us wants abundance, but another part of us believes we're not the right kind of person to have it, or that we haven't suffered enough to deserve it. This internal conflict sends mixed messages to the universe and creates resistance in our energy field. The truth is that abundance is available to everyone, regardless of background, education, age, or any other factor you might think matters. The universe doesn't play favorites. It responds to our energy, our beliefs, and our openness to receive. When we align ourselves with love, gratitude, and trust, abundance flows naturally toward us. Your thoughts about money aren't just abstract ideas floating around in your head. They have real physical effects on your body, and these physical effects influence your ability to attract and maintain financial abundance. When you understand this mind-body-money connection, you gain a powerful tool for transformation that goes far beyond positive thinking. Let's start with what happens in your body when you think thoughts of financial lack or worry. Think for a moment about your bills or your debt, or not having enough money for something you need or want. Notice what happens in your body as you focus on these thoughts. Do you feel your shoulders tense up? Does your stomach tighten? Does your breathing become shallow? Do you feel a heaviness in your chest or a knot in your throat? These physical sensations aren't separate from your financial reality. They're part of what creates it. When your body is in a state of stress and contraction around money, you're literally vibrating at a frequency of lack. This frequency affects how you show up in the world, what opportunities you notice, what actions you take, and how others respond to you. When you're vibrating from a place of financial stress, you tend to make decisions from fear rather than inspiration. You might take jobs that don't truly serve you because you're afraid you won't find anything better. You might avoid investing in yourself or your dreams because you're focused on protecting what little you have. You might miss opportunities because your stressed mind isn't creative or open enough to see them. Your stress about money also affects how you interact with others. When you're worried about finances, you might come across as desperate or needy in business situations. You might undervalue your services because you're afraid no one will pay what you're really worth. You might avoid networking or putting yourself out there because your insecurity is louder than your confidence. But here's the beautiful thing. Just as thoughts of lack create physical stress in your body, thoughts of abundance create physical expansion and ease. Think for a moment about a time when you felt financially secure and abundant. Maybe it was when you received an unexpected check, or when you realized you had saved enough for something special, or even when you simply felt grateful for what you already have. Notice what happens in your body when you focus on these feelings of abundance. Do your shoulders relax? Does your breathing deepen? Do you feel a warmth or lightness in your chest? Does your whole body seem to soften and open? This is what it feels like to vibrate at the frequency of abundance, and this is the energy that attracts more abundance into your life. When you're in this expanded state, you make different choices. You speak up for yourself. You ask for what you want. You take inspired action. You trust your intuition. You see possibilities that were invisible to you when you were contracted in fear. People respond to you differently because they can feel your confidence and ease. Your nervous system plays a crucial role in this process. When you're constantly worried about money, your nervous system stays activated in fight or flight mode. This state was designed to help you survive immediate physical danger, not to help you create abundance. When your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, your body prioritizes immediate safety over growth, creativity, and expansion. In survival mode, your brain literally cannot access the areas responsible for creative problem solving, long-term planning, and innovative thinking. This is why people who are chronically stressed about money often feel stuck and unable to see solutions that might be right in front of them. Their biology is working against their desires. But when you feel safe and abundant, your nervous system relaxes into what scientists call the rest and digest state. In this state, your body can focus on growth, healing, and creating. Your brain can access its full creative potential. You become more intuitive, more innovative, more magnetic to opportunities and helpful people. This is why the practice I'm going to share with you is so powerful. It's designed to shift your nervous system from survival mode to abundance mode on a daily basis. When you write those 10 simple statements each day, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're literally rewiring your nervous system to expect and receive abundance. The energy of money itself is also important to understand. Money is simply energy. It's a tool for exchange, a way of moving energy from one person to another. When you think of money as energy, you begin to understand that your relationship with money reflects your relationship with energy in general. If you're someone who has trouble receiving compliments, gifts, or help from others, you'll probably also have trouble receiving money. If you're someone who gives constantly but feels guilty receiving, this pattern will show up in your finances too. If you're someone who feels unworthy of good things in general, you'll feel unworthy of financial goods specifically. The beautiful thing about energy is that it wants to flow. Money wants to circulate, to move from person to person, creating value and joy along the way. When you hoard money out of fear, you're blocking its natural flow. When you spend money unconsciously or compulsively, you're also disrupting its flow. But when you earn, spend, save, and give money with consciousness and love, you become part of the natural circulation of abundance. This is why gratitude is so powerful in attracting money. When you appreciate the money you already have, when you thank it for the security and opportunities it provides, when you bless it as it flows through your life, you're aligning yourself with its energy. You're treating money as the friend and ally it can be, rather than as an enemy to be fought or a master to be served. Your relationship with money today is deeply influenced by all the experiences you've had with money in the past. And until you make peace with those experiences, they will continue to create patterns in your current financial life. But here's the beautiful truth. You have the power to release these old patterns and create space for something completely new and wonderful to emerge. Many of us carry guilt, shame, and regret about financial decisions we've made in the past. Maybe you made an investment that didn't work out, or you got into debt, or you trusted someone who took advantage of you financially. Maybe you feel like you should have saved more, earned more, or been smarter with your money. These feelings of regret can create a heavy energy that follows you into every new financial decision you make. When you're carrying guilt about past money mistakes, you unconsciously punish yourself by attracting more financial struggle. It's as if part of you believes you don't deserve abundance because of what happened before. You might find yourself making overly cautious decisions that limit your growth, or you might repeat the same patterns because you haven't forgiven yourself enough to choose differently. But your past financial mistakes don't define you, and they certainly don't determine what's possible for you in the future. Every moment is a new opportunity to choose again, to do better, to learn from what happened before, and apply that wisdom to create something beautiful. The universe isn't keeping score of your financial missteps. Only you are, and you can choose to stop keeping score anytime you want. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for releasing old money patterns. When you forgive yourself for past financial decisions, you free up enormous amounts of energy that were trapped in guilt and self-judgment. This energy becomes available to create new possibilities in your life. When you forgive others who may have hurt you financially, you release the hold that those experiences have over your present moment. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending that hurtful things didn't happen or that you weren't affected by them. It means choosing to release the emotional charge around those experiences so they don't continue to influence your current life. It means recognizing that everyone, including yourself, was doing the best they could with the awareness and resources they had at the time. Sometimes we need to forgive our parents or family members for the money patterns they passed down to us. Maybe they struggled financially and passed on their fears and limitations. Maybe they were controlling with money or used it to manipulate or create guilt. Maybe they didn't teach you healthy money habits because they never learned them themselves. You can honor the challenges they faced while also choosing to break free from the patterns that no longer serve you. This forgiveness work extends to forgiving the money patterns of your entire family lineage. Sometimes it feels like financial struggle runs in families, as if some invisible force keeps generating the same patterns over and over again. But you can be the one who breaks these patterns. You can be the one who chooses abundance and passes that energy down to future generations instead of continuing to pass down limitation and lack. One of the most powerful ways to release old money patterns is through a simple writing exercise. Take some paper and write down all the financial experiences that still trigger emotional reactions in you. Write about the money mistakes you've made, the times you felt hurt or betrayed around money, the limiting beliefs you inherited from your family, and any guilt or shame you're carrying about your financial past. As you write, allow yourself to feel whatever emotions come up. Don't judge them or try to fix them. Just let them flow through you and onto the paper. You might feel angry, sad, scared, or ashamed. All of these feelings are valid, and expressing them helps to release their power over you. You're not trying to relive these experiences or make them worse. You're simply acknowledging them so you can let them go. After you've written everything down, read through what you've written with compassion for yourself and everyone involved. Then, either burn the papers safely or tear them up and throw them away. As you do this, say something like, "I release these old patterns with love. I forgive myself and everyone involved. I am free to create new patterns of abundance now." This physical act of destroying the papers helps to complete the energetic release. Creating space for new abundance also means letting go of the story that your current financial situation is permanent or unchangeable. Sometimes we get so identified with our financial circumstances that we can't imagine anything different. We think of ourselves as someone who struggles with money, or someone who never has enough, or someone who isn't good with finances. These identity stories become self-fulfilling prophecies because we unconsciously act in ways that confirm them. But you are not your bank account balance. You are not your debt. You are not your financial history. You are an infinite being with unlimited potential, temporarily having a human experience that includes certain financial circumstances. Those circumstances can change completely when you change your energy and your story about what's possible for you. Part of creating space for abundance means releasing your attachment to how that abundance should look or when it should arrive. Sometimes we block our good by being too specific about how the universe should deliver it to us. We might insist that abundance must come through our current job or through a particular business idea or by a certain date. But the universe is infinitely creative and might have plans for you that are far more wonderful than anything you could imagine. When you release your attachment to the how and when, you open yourself to receive abundance in ways that might surprise and delight you. You might receive an unexpected inheritance, or someone might offer you an opportunity you never would have thought to pursue, or a skill you already have might suddenly become very valuable in ways you didn't anticipate. The universe operates according to laws that are as reliable as the law of gravity, but these laws work in the realm of energy and consciousness rather than physical matter. When you understand and align with these universal laws of prosperity, abundance flows to you as naturally as water flows downhill. One of the most fundamental universal laws is the law of vibration. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies, including your thoughts and emotions. When your thoughts and emotions are vibrating at the frequency of abundance, feelings like gratitude, joy, love, and trust, you naturally attract experiences that match that frequency. When your thoughts and emotions are vibrating at the frequency of lack, feelings like fear, worry, resentment, and scarcity, you attract experiences that match that frequency instead. This isn't about positive thinking or pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about consciously choosing thoughts and emotions that feel good and align with what you want to create. When you think thoughts that make you feel abundant, grateful, and hopeful, you're literally tuning yourself to the frequency of abundance. The law of circulation is another powerful principle that governs prosperity. In nature, everything is constantly moving and flowing. Rivers flow toward the ocean, seasons change, plants grow and die and decompose to feed new growth. When energy stops flowing, stagnation occurs. The same is true with money and abundance. Money needs to circulate to stay healthy and to multiply. When you hoard money out of fear, you're stopping its natural flow and limiting your ability to receive more. When you spend money unconsciously or hold on to it too tightly, you're also disrupting its circulation. But when you allow money to flow through your life with awareness and appreciation, earning it joyfully, spending it consciously, saving it wisely, and giving it generously, you become part of the natural circulation of abundance. This doesn't mean you should spend money carelessly or give away more than you can afford. It means finding a balance where money flows through your life in ways that feel good and support your well-being and your dreams. It means trusting that as you allow money to flow out for things that serve you, more money will flow back to you in return. The law of giving and receiving is closely related to the law of circulation. In the universe, giving and receiving are different aspects of the same flow of energy. You cannot truly give without receiving, and you cannot truly receive without giving something in return. This giving and receiving doesn't always involve money directly, but it always involves an exchange of energy. When you give your time, attention, skills, love, or resources to others, you create a space for the universe to give back to you. But this giving must come from a place of joy and abundance, not from a place of obligation or trying to manipulate outcomes. When you give because it feels good to give, because you want to contribute and serve, because you have something valuable to offer, you align yourself with the natural flow of abundance. Similarly, you must be willing to receive in order for abundance to flow to you. Many people are comfortable giving but uncomfortable receiving, and this blocks the flow of abundance in their lives. Practice receiving compliments, gifts, help, and opportunities with grace and gratitude. Allow others to give to you without feeling like you have to earn it or pay them back immediately. Gratitude is perhaps the most powerful tool for aligning with universal laws of prosperity. When you appreciate what you already have, you're acknowledging the abundance that's already present in your life. This acknowledgement sends a clear message to the universe that you're aware of your blessings and ready to receive more. But gratitude for prosperity goes deeper than just appreciating material things. It's about feeling grateful for your ability to earn money, for the people who support you, for the opportunities that come your way, for your creativity and skills, for your health that allows you to work, for the roof over your head and the food on your table. It's about recognizing that even if your finances aren't where you want them to be yet, you already have so much abundance in your life. When you make gratitude a daily practice, your energy naturally shifts from focusing on what's missing to focusing on what's present. This shift in focus attracts more things to be grateful for. It's as if the universe says, "Oh, you appreciate what you have? Here's more of that." Gratitude is like a magnet for abundance because it puts you in vibrational alignment with receiving. The shift from not enough thinking to more than enough thinking is one of the most transformational changes you can make in your relationship with money. Most of us have been conditioned to notice what's lacking, what's missing, what's not working. We look at our bank account and focus on how much more we need. We think about our bills and feel stressed about covering them. We compare ourselves to others and feel like we're falling behind. But what if you could train your mind to notice abundance instead? What if you could look at your life and see all the ways you already have more than enough? You have more than enough air to breathe, more than enough love in your heart, more than enough creativity and potential. You probably have more than enough food, more than enough clothes, more than enough books to read or shows to watch. When you begin to notice the abundance that's already present in your life, your mind starts looking for more abundance to notice. This isn't about being satisfied with less than you deserve or giving up on your dreams. It's about approaching those dreams from a place of abundance rather than a place of lack. When you feel abundant with what you have, you attract abundance more easily than when you feel desperate for what you don't have. Now, let me share with you the simple practice that can transform your entire relationship with money and abundance. It's a practice that thousands of people have used to attract financial blessings beyond what they thought possible. This practice works because it combines the power of repetition, the energy of handwriting, and the frequency of abundance into one powerful daily ritual. The practice is this: every single day, write down this statement 10 times by hand. I am grateful for the abundance that flows to me easily and naturally. That's it. 10 times a day, every day, written by hand with love and intention. Now your mind might be thinking, that's too simple. How could something so basic possibly create real change in my financial life? But simplicity is exactly what makes this practice so powerful. You see, transformation doesn't require complicated techniques or hours of daily effort. It requires consistency, intention, and alignment with the energy of what you want to create. When you write this statement by hand, several powerful things happen simultaneously. First, the physical act of writing engages different parts of your brain than typing or thinking. Research has shown that handwriting activates areas of the brain associated with learning, memory, and creativity in ways that typing simply doesn't. When you write by hand, you're literally creating new neural pathways that support abundance thinking. Second, the act of writing slows you down and requires more attention than typing. You can't write as quickly as you can type, which means you have to be more present with each word. This presence allows the meaning of the words to sink into your consciousness more deeply. You're not just saying the words, you're experiencing them, feeling them, embodying them. Third, handwriting creates a physical record of your practice that carries your energy. When you write something by hand, you're infusing the paper with your intention and energy. Some people like to keep their daily abundance writings in a special notebook, creating a tangible reminder of their commitment to prosperity. Others prefer to write on separate pieces of paper each day, treating each writing as a complete practice in itself. The power of repetition cannot be overstated. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition, and most of the beliefs you currently hold about money were formed through repeated exposure to certain ideas and experiences. If you heard money is hard to come by hundreds of times as a child, your subconscious accepted this as truth. Now you're going to replace those old programs with new ones by repeatedly writing about abundance flowing to you easily and naturally. 10 repetitions is the perfect number because it's enough to make an impact without being so many that the practice becomes burdensome. You want this to be something you look forward to, not something you dread. 10 repetitions takes just a few minutes, but those few minutes of focused intention can shift your energy for the entire day. The timing of when you do this practice can enhance its power. Many people find it most effective to write their 10 statements first thing in the morning, before the demands of the day take over. This sets an abundant tone for everything that follows. Others prefer to write their statements at night before bed, allowing the words to work in their subconscious mind while they sleep. You might also choose to split your practice, writing 5 statements in the morning and 5 at night, or writing a few statements throughout the day whenever you need to reconnect with abundance energy. The key is to find a rhythm that works for your lifestyle and to stick with it consistently. As you write each statement, really feel the words. Don't just copy them mechanically. Imagine what it would feel like to have abundance flowing to you easily and naturally. Picture money coming to you through various channels: your work, unexpected opportunities, gifts, investments, new income streams. Feel the relief and joy of having more than enough for all your needs and desires. Some days the practice will feel magical and you'll genuinely feel abundant as you write. Other days it might feel like you're just going through the motions, especially if you're dealing with financial stress or worry. This is completely normal and expected. The practice works regardless of how you feel while doing it. In fact, it's often most powerful on the days when it feels most difficult, because those are the days when you need the energy shift the most. The statement, "I am grateful for the abundance that flows to me easily and naturally," is carefully crafted to reprogram your subconscious mind in multiple ways. Let's break down why each part of this affirmation is so important and how it works to transform your financial reality. The phrase, "I am grateful," immediately puts you in a state of appreciation and abundance. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions you can experience. And when you begin your affirmation with gratitude, you're automatically shifting your energy to a place where more good can flow to you. You're not saying, "I will be grateful when I have abundance." You're expressing gratitude now, in this moment, which tells the universe that you already recognize abundance in your life. When you write for the abundance, you're making a bold declaration that abundance exists for you. You're not hoping for abundance or wishing for abundance or wondering if abundance might possibly come to you someday. You're stating with certainty that abundance is present and available. This certainty sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind, which then begins to look for evidence to support this belief. The words "that flows to me" are particularly important because they imply ease and naturalness. Flow is effortless. Water doesn't struggle to flow downhill. It simply follows the path of least resistance. When you declare that abundance flows to you, you're programming your mind to expect money and opportunities to come to you in ways that feel natural and easy rather than through struggle and strain. The phrase "easily and naturally" reinforces this energy of effortlessness. For many people, this is the most challenging part of the affirmation to believe because they've been conditioned to think that earning money requires hard work, sacrifice, and struggle. But when you consistently write these words, you begin to open yourself to the possibility that abundance can come to you in ways that feel good and aligned with your natural talents and inclinations. As you continue this daily practice, you might notice resistance coming up. Your mind might say things like, "This is silly," or "It's not working." or I need money now, not someday in the future. When resistance appears, don't fight it or judge it. Simply acknowledge it with compassion and continue with your practice. Resistance is actually a sign that the affirmation is working because it means you're bumping up against old beliefs that are ready to be released. Sometimes people ask whether they should modify the affirmation to be more specific about the amount of money they want or the exact way they want it to come. While there's nothing wrong with being specific in your other abundance practices, this particular affirmation is designed to be open and general. This openness allows the universe to bring you abundance in ways that might be even better than what you could imagine for yourself. The consistency of writing this affirmation daily is what creates the transformation. Your subconscious mind needs repetition to accept new programming, just like learning any new skill. If you learn to play piano by practicing once a week, it would take much longer than if you practice daily. The same principle applies to reprogramming your money beliefs. Some people like to enhance their daily writing practice by creating a special ritual around it. You might light a candle, play soft music, or sit in a particular place that feels peaceful to you. You might use a special pen or notebook that you reserve just for this practice. These touches aren't necessary, but they can help you feel more connected to the process and signal to your subconscious mind that this practice is important and sacred. While the main affirmation I've shared with you is incredibly powerful on its own, there are additional affirmations that can support and enhance your abundance journey. These supporting affirmations address different aspects of your relationship with money and can help you work through specific blocks or challenges that might arise. One powerful supporting affirmation is, I am worthy of abundance in all areas of my life. This statement directly addresses any unworthiness you might feel around money. When you write this affirmation, really feel into the truth of your worthiness. You don't have to earn worthiness or prove worthiness. You are worthy simply because you exist. Another supportive affirmation is, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. This opens your awareness to all the different channels through which abundance can flow to you. Sometimes we limit ourselves by thinking money can only come through our job or our business, but the universe is far more creative than that. Money might come through gifts, refunds, found money, investments, new opportunities, or ways you haven't even thought of yet. I make decisions from love, not fear, is an affirmation that can transform how you handle money on a practical level. Fear-based financial decisions usually lead to more fear and limitation. Love-based decisions lead to expansion and abundance. When you're faced with a financial choice, ask yourself, what would love do here? And trust the answer that comes. I trust the universe to provide for all my needs helps you develop faith in the abundance process. This doesn't mean becoming passive or irresponsible with money. It means taking inspired action while also trusting that you're supported and that everything you need will be provided at the right time. Mirror work is another powerful tool for transforming your relationship with money. Looking into your own eyes while speaking affirmations creates an even deeper connection with your subconscious mind. Try standing in front of a mirror and saying, I love and approve of myself and I deserve abundance, while looking directly into your own eyes. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort usually indicates that this is exactly the work you need to do. When you do mirror work around money, you might notice judgments or criticisms that come up. You might hear your inner voice saying things like, you don't deserve abundance, or you're not smart enough to be wealthy, or you always mess up with money. When these voices appear, respond to them with love and compassion. You might say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose love over fear now, or I understand you're scared, but we're safe and we deserve good things. Dealing with doubt and resistance is a normal part of any transformation process. Your old beliefs about money didn't develop overnight, and they won't disappear overnight either. Be patient and gentle with yourself as you navigate this process. Some days you'll feel incredibly abundant and optimistic. Other days you might feel discouraged or impatient for results. When doubt arises, remember that transformation often happens in waves. You might feel like nothing is changing for weeks, and then suddenly opportunities start appearing. Money starts flowing in unexpected ways. Or you realize that your entire attitude about money has shifted. Trust the process even when you can't see immediate evidence of change. Creating a supportive inner dialogue is crucial for maintaining your abundance practice. Notice how you talk to yourself about money throughout the day. Do you criticize yourself for spending decisions? Do you worry obsessively about bills? Do you compare your financial situation to others in ways that make you feel bad? Begin to shift these internal conversations toward kindness and encouragement. Instead of thinking, "I can't afford that," try thinking, "I choose not to spend my money on that right now," or "I'm saving my money for something that's more important to me." Instead of "I'm so bad with money," try "I'm learning to make better financial decisions," or "I'm becoming more conscious about how I handle money." Beyond your daily writing practice and affirmations, there are practical steps you can take to support your journey toward abundance. These actions work together with your inner work to create a comprehensive approach to financial transformation. Developing a daily gratitude practice specifically focused on money and abundance can amplify the effects of your writing practice. Each day, either in writing or mentally, acknowledge things you're grateful for that relate to abundance. This might include the money you do have, the roof over your head, the food in your refrigerator, your ability to earn money, people who support you financially or emotionally, or opportunities that have come your way. Even when money feels tight, you can find things to appreciate. Maybe you're grateful for the friend who bought you coffee, or for finding a parking meter with time left on it, or for a discount you received at the store. These small acknowledgments train your mind to notice abundance rather than lack, and what you focus on expands. Visualization is another powerful tool for manifesting abundance. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself living the abundant life you desire. See yourself checking your bank account and feeling joy at the balance. Imagine yourself making purchases without stress or worry. Picture yourself being generous with others because you have more than enough for yourself. The key to effective visualization is to focus on how abundance feels rather than just how it looks. What does it feel like to wake up knowing all your bills are paid? What does it feel like to help a friend in need without worrying about your own finances? What does it feel like to pursue opportunities because they excite you rather than because you desperately need the money? These feelings are what attract abundance into your physical reality. Taking inspired action is equally important as the inner work you're doing. Inspired action feels different from desperate action or forced action. Inspired action comes from a place of excitement, intuition, and trust. It's action that feels good to take, even if it also feels a little scary or challenging. This might mean finally starting that business you've been thinking about, asking for a raise, looking for a new job that pays better, investing in yourself through education or training, or simply being more conscious about how you spend and save your money. The key is to take action from a place of abundance and possibility rather than from fear and desperation. Creating an abundance journal can help you track your progress and stay motivated. In this journal, you can record your daily affirmations. Note any abundance-related experiences or opportunities that come your way, and track your shifting thoughts and feelings about money. You might also use it to brainstorm ideas for increasing your income. or to plan how you'll use your abundance to serve others. Don't underestimate the power of celebrating small financial wins. Maybe you found $1 on the street, received a small refund, or saved money on groceries. These might seem insignificant, but celebrating them sends a message to the universe that you notice and appreciate abundance in all its forms. This appreciation magnetizes more abundance to you. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to begin living as your wealthy, abundant self right now, regardless of your current financial situation. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have or pretending that financial challenges don't exist. It means embodying the energy of abundance in how you think, feel, and move through the world. Your wealthy self makes decisions from abundance rather than scarcity. When faced with choices, ask yourself, what would my abundant self choose here? Your abundant self might choose to invest in quality rather than always going for the cheapest option. Your abundant self might be more generous with tips or gifts. Your abundant self might take better care of their health, their home, and their appearance because they understand that self-care is an investment, not an expense. Your wealthy self also has different conversations about money. Instead of complaining about bills or expenses, your abundant self talks about money with respect and appreciation. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, your abundant self says, I choose to spend my money differently, or that's not a priority for me right now. The way you treat money matters more than you might realize. Do you crumple bills up in your pocket or purse, or do you keep them neat and organized? Do you know how much money you have in your accounts? Or do you avoid looking at your finances? Do you pay bills resentfully, or do you send them with gratitude for the services you received? Begin treating money with the same love and respect you would show to a good friend. Keep your bills organized and neat, pay your bills on time and with appreciation. Thank your money as you spend it and bless it as it goes out into the world to circulate and help others. This might sound silly, but money responds to the energy you bring to it. Your abundant self also surrounds themselves with beauty and quality where possible. This doesn't mean you need expensive things, but it means you choose things that make you feel good and that reflect the respect you have for yourself. Maybe you buy yourself fresh flowers occasionally, or you keep your living space clean and organized, or you wear clothes that make you feel confident and attractive. Making decisions from abundance rather than lack is a practice that gets easier over time. When you're used to scarcity thinking, abundant decisions can feel risky or irresponsible at first. But as you begin to trust the process and see evidence of abundance flowing into your life, these decisions will feel more natural and right. Abundant decision-making doesn't mean being careless or impulsive with money. It means considering the full picture of your life and values when making choices. Sometimes the abundant choice is to save money for something more important. Sometimes it's to invest in an opportunity that scares you but excites you. Sometimes it's to spend money on something that brings you joy or supports your well-being. The energy you bring to your work and your money-making activities also changes when you embody your abundant self. Instead of working from a place of desperation or resentment, you begin to work from a place of service and creativity. You start to see your work as a way of sharing your gifts with the world rather than just a way to pay bills. This shift in energy makes you more attractive to opportunities, clients, and employers. People can feel when someone is operating from abundance versus scarcity, and they naturally want to work with people who bring positive, abundant energy to their interactions. My dear friend, as we come to the close of our time together, I want you to know how proud I am of you for being here, for being open to a new way of thinking about money and abundance. The simple practice I've shared with you today has the power to transform not just your bank account, but your entire relationship with yourself and with life itself. Remember, the path to abundance is not about perfection. It's about progress. One day at a time, one affirmation at a time, one loving choice at a time. There will be days when writing those 10 statements feels magical and inspiring. There will be other days when it feels like a chore or when doubt creeps in. Both experiences are part of the journey, and both are perfectly normal. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself. What matters is that you keep choosing love over fear, abundance over scarcity, trust over worry. Every time you write, "I am grateful for the abundance that flows to me easily and naturally," you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Some seeds sprout quickly, others take time to germinate, but every single seed you plant matters. The abundance that is coming to you is not just about money, although money will certainly be part of it. You are opening yourself to abundance in all areas of your life. Abundant health, abundant love, abundant joy, abundant opportunities, abundant creativity. You are remembering who you really are, a magnificent being worthy of all good things. Trust the process, even when you can't see evidence of change yet. Trust that every day you practice, every affirmation you write, every loving choice you make is moving you closer to the abundant life that is your birthright. The universe is responding to your new energy, even if you can't feel it yet. Be patient with yourself as you unlearn old patterns and learn new ones. Be kind to yourself on the days when fear or doubt seems stronger than faith, and celebrate every small victory, every moment of feeling abundant, every sign that things are shifting in your life. You are not broken, and you don't need to be fixed. You are perfect exactly as you are, and you are also perfectly capable of growing into an even more abundant version of yourself. The same creative force that makes flowers bloom and planets orbit and hearts beat is working on your behalf right now, organizing people and circumstances and opportunities to support your highest good. I want to leave you with this final affirmation to carry in your heart. I am abundant, I am worthy, and I am deeply loved by the universe. Write this down if it resonates with you. Say it to yourself throughout the day. Let it remind you of the truth of who you are. And now, as you go forward from this moment, remember that you have everything you need within you to create the abundant life you desire. Trust yourself, trust the process, and trust that your good is on its way to you right now. The universe is saying yes to your dreams, and it's time for you to say yes too. Go now with my love and blessings, knowing that abundance is your natural state and that you deserve all the good that life has to offer. Write those 10 beautiful statements every day and watch as your world transforms in the most wonderful ways. You've got this, my dear friend. You've always had this.